Want to know the most underrated marketing and sales strategy as a female entrepreneur? Audacity, with just a sprinkle of delusion. I'm Leanne Lopez-Mosley, modern-day business mogul, founder of Rich Queen, and the creator and host of the Soft Girl Million Show. Trailblazing isn't just what I do, it's who I am. I grew up across the pond in a small town in England, the middle child, definitely the one who spoke too much and dreamed way too big. I was the little girl with a Hollywood Walk of Fame tile on her pink bathroom wall, so I guess you could say that this was really all part of the plan. I moved to New York at 21 to work in fashion. Think Ugly Betty, but on steroids, realizing very quickly that if I was gonna work this hard, I was sure as hell gonna get paid very well for it. I mean, listen, I'm a Taurus. It's expensive to be me. Somewhere in the middle of corporate America 12 years ago, I met my husband, Justin, still the hottest and coolest man alive. I'm a boy mum, 4 kids with a rich and full life. And I've built a business that creates delusional income without me being at the cost of it. I went all in, walking away from corporate into my coaching business at the end of 2020. And before I even hit anything close to $1 million a month, before the audience, before the proof and the evidence, I was already being coined the trailblazer of the online coaching space. And for good reason. The truth is, I'm no stranger to doing things differently. Whether it be the video content that so many people know me for, the messaging frameworks and the feminine freedom funnels that have shown women how to remove themselves as the cost in their business, it's so clear why my brand grew the way that it did. Because I don't follow trends, I set them. Here's the truth about the female entrepreneur space. There are so many iconic women building these incredible businesses, but still feeling and being the cost at the end of it. And that's exactly what this show is here to change. Soft Girl Millions is not about being soft on the outside and baking sourdough. It's not about the aesthetics or the idea of not working. It's about what happens when a woman stops being soft with everybody else, when she decides to stop being the cost of her own ambition and success. This show is a completely different format, part podcast, part reality TV show. We are traveling the world and bringing to you, straight into your screen, into the lives of iconic women. Not this perfectly polished, curated version that just sounds good on paper, but the real, the raw, the audacious and the vulnerable and everything in between. This show is not just about you watching us, it's actually about you learning how to build a business and a life and a level of wealth that blows your mind while you refuse to be the cost of it. So I invite you to come with me on this journey. This is the Soft Girl Million Show.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was you. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Look into my eyes, you will find. Story time.
Okay, let's do this. We are back. We are back. But it's different. And last time we were here, we're back in Hollywood and at in Beverly Hills and at the Mayborn Hotel. And the last time we were here, it was a really different experience. It was so exciting and so expansive even back then. But as I shared with everyone in the movie, it was a really, really difficult time. And Beverly Hills back in November of 2024 was my light at the end of a really, really dark tunnel. And I can't believe how much has changed since between then and now. And even between last November and us filming the movie at the house and the event, and now, I feel like it's just like continuing to just expand into something so beautiful. And it's like that feeling of when you're navigating something so challenging and you can tell yourself that it's for a greater good and there's a bigger reason why I'm going through this, but it's so hard. I think when you're in it, I feel like it's so peaceful. I feel so peaceful coming back here. I think it's so interesting because last time we were here, I think it was so like exciting, but almost in like a dysregulating way. Like I almost hadn't like normalized the experience yet. And I feel like this time coming back here, it feels so normal. Like it just feels so, but of course. And the way that we've even been able to pull the show together, and from me thinking about it and having the idea to reaching out to Girl Squad Media, speaking to Mella, speaking to the guests that we've had this week, I can't believe how like easily everything has just, and at speed, everything was just so like, yes, yes, yes. And since even being here, I feel like we've just had like the most incredible team, and everything has just been so fun and so easy. And I know it's like easier for me probably just being the one that like shows up and sits down and speaks, but I'm just so grateful for the last experience. And I can't believe I get to actually say that I'm so grateful that what happened last time and how crap it felt and how sad I felt and how like sad I was on the plane home and that period of time that followed. I'm now actually just so incredibly grateful that that was the last experience, because how would I possibly know what this feels like if I didn't know what that feels like? So I just am in awe, and also it feels completely normal that we're doing this. I'm like, but of course. No, I never thought I would come back to Beverly Hills. Like I was like, LA is ruined for me forever. Beverly Hills is ruined for me. I was like, I couldn't even watch the Beverly Hills Housewives when I got back and there was anything to do with LA, it had like a visceral response in my body. I don't know whether anyone's ever had a place that's been ruined by an event or a person or something. You know how like names like names get ruined or places get ruined by some shit experience. I feel like for me, that's what I really genuinely thought. I never thought I would be so excited to come back. And it just feels so good being back. And I guess that's how you know that you've really healed, because I think that's the big thing about the story of this too is, you know, it's not about the magazine or the billboard. And I think it's so easy for people to be like, well, wait, but what about, but that's not the point. And I think you guys were all there at the event when I shared on the stage. It's like the billboard was a metaphor. It doesn't matter about what happened or why it happened. It was a metaphor for like, how invisible I felt inside. It was like, of course, it was being externally reflected. And for me, it's like coming back, it just feels like it doesn't even matter if there's a billboard or if there isn't a fucking billboard. I feel so healed from that experience. And I'm like actually so grateful. Looking back, I'm now like, I'm so glad, because Soft Girl Millions would never have happened. The movie would never have happened. The mastermind and the stories that I told and the way that I showed up on the stage would never have happened. And of course, the show would never have happened, because if we hadn't have done the movie, we would never have done the show. So speed is my love language. But all joking aside, I feel like that's how I have always been. If I decide something, it's like it's happening. And so it is. And in my experience, the only things that have not worked out for me were the things that were not meant for me. Or it was meant to be a different door that was going to open, and that one was meant to stay closed. But I feel like for me, something that has always been such a powerful sense of my intuition and my instinct is when I decide something, I move incredibly quickly. And I feel like that's been people often ask, like, what do they think is the one secret to why I've been so successful so quickly? And honestly, I feel like I have made 17 moves by the time someone is thinking about doing something, and then they spend weeks thinking about it. I'm like, if I know it's the right thing, I feel it, and I'm like, let's go. And so that let's go energy that's my creative expression. Like that for me is my femininity. Like my femininity is in my creativity. And so when I feel that spark and then I sit with it, even just for like a few seconds, I know where I'm like, yes, and then it's like, let's go. And I think now the difference between now and previous seasons of my life is that now I have really started to build the right people around me who are able to bring my vision to life, because I am like a visionary where I'm like, this is what I want to do. And it takes sometimes, I think, time to find the people around you who can like move at the speed. I need people that can match my speed. I'm like, no, you need to be able to move at the same speed as me. You can't slow me down. You have to be able to keep up in a way that executes the vision completely as it is in my brain. And I think this is the difference. And me and Mela were talking about this last night, where I'm like, you just get it. And I don't have to explain it 17 different ways, that you just know exactly what's in my head. And then we're able to come here and we like look at what we've all been able to create together, because everyone gets the vision and we just move, and everyone has matched my speed. No one has been like, wait, it's too fast. It's like, we've just been like, yeah, let's go. The nerve, the audacity on this one. Yeah, Audacity, you know, should have been my middle name. And I think that when you're a kid, the thing that is your superpower, the thing that would make you millions of dollars, is the thing that people try and make you shrink the most about yourself. I think I made everyone feel so uncomfortable with how audacious I was, even as a kid, like growing up in a very small town in England, being very like, I want to be in movies. I want to be in Hollywood. Like I was joking with you guys, but when I was, a teenager and I got my own bathroom, my own ensuite, I decorated it in pink tile and I put a Hollywood star tile on my wall in my bathroom. And I almost went to drama school instead of business school. And I think that I was always like so audacious with the way that I saw life. And I know I've always joked, but that's why I always felt like when we came to the States on vacation as kids, like I was like, I belong in America. Like people, it was just bigger and better. People were louder. They took up more space and I loved it. Like the conservative English, I'm sorry, like culture, I was like, there is none of that here. And I think that Audacity, there's a lot of quotes that go around the online space, but it's like the universe rewards audacity, not potential. And that's the reality. It's like I've had the audacity to move, to have ideas and move, to blaze my own path, even when no one else was doing it, to decide that we're going to do something differently and to be okay with whatever the outcome is, because I feel like I would never have it's like that feeling of like, if it's meant for you, it will keep calling. Whereas I'm like, I pick up the first ring and I'm like, let's go. Like, I don't want you just to have to keep calling me. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so excited. So for the context of, I remember when I reached out to you and I said the same thing to Mela and the same thing to you when I reached out, and I was like, okay, go with me. I'm like, what if like Masterclass had a baby with Diary of a CEO, had a baby with the Kardashians, had a baby with Vogue 73 Questions, and you were both like, say less, like, let's do it. But it was that feeling of, again, when we talk about like originality in the online space, and I spoke about, the Soft Girl Millions is really wrapped around the 3 anchor points of where are you the cost in your life and business, and how can we remove you as the cost, which most people think is changing everything and setting fire to it all, but generally is actually a very small thing that can be shifted. You can do things slightly differently and it can change your entire experience. You are the cost where the experience feels heavy and not light as a feather. Where are you the cost? What is your Soft Girl Millions lever? Which there's always a revenue lever that you're too close to be able to find. And once you pull it, it changes everything about the way that you're able to bring in money. And for me, that was Leanne AI is a really good example of that. But the other one is full expression. And full expression is the most underrated visibility and sales tool that there is. And when you are fully expressed in your content, people cannot stop watching you, but you cannot be fully expressed when you're looking left and right at what everybody else is doing. and not focused in on, but what do I want to create? What do I want to say? And I think that 2025, it was interesting because I think the last couple of years we've seen significant shifts in the online space around the way that people have created and what has performed. And the algorithm almost rewarded a lack of originality because people copied and pasted and they copied trends. Trends were a huge thing. And I feel like we've seen such a significant shift with, I know AI is a big topic. AI is an incredible tool, but it's not designed to replace storytelling. It's not designed to replace us. It's designed to speed us up, to make us more efficient, to improve. And I'm so glad that it has level set the playing field, because for a lot of people, messaging and all the things that AI helps us with is not a natural skill set. So I'm like, yay, AI, like let's level the playing field. But what does that do? It gives the stage to originality. It gives the stage to your stories, who you are. And for me, I find that very difficult to do in solely 150 characters of an Instagram post. There is no possible way that you can get to know this on an Instagram reel. And for some people, they do an incredible job of short form content and being able to do that. But for me, I know what my skill set is and I know how I like to create. My full expression comes out in all of the different content types. And this is so exciting to me because it's the storytelling, it's the long form, and also it's the icons, like iconic energy, interviewing icons. Like this isn't just about me. Soft Girl Millions was never just about me. Rich Queen was never just about me. And yet it is, because I'm doing this for me. I joked, I'm like, this is for me. Have a great time. This is for me. I'm having the time of my life. But the whole point is, if you can create content for you where you feel fully seen, because I wasn't on the billboard because I didn't see me, but I see me now. I see me. And when I am able to see myself and to be fully expressed and to lean into like, wouldn't it be fun if, and be willing to do a completely different format and find the people around me that can help me bring it to life. Again, with just being like, well, we're going to figure it out. Let's go. Let's make some magic. And as a result, like here we are. But originality and finding new, it's like not rewriting the wheel, because it's not like no one has ever done a podcast before or a reality TV show. Like notice how I referenced all of those things. Masterclass, Diary of a CEO. There's the inspiration, Vogue, 73 Questions, the Kardashians. But what's different is we're taking inspiration and we're pulling it into an original format in the industry. And that is the thing that is going to win in the online space. And it doesn't have to be this, right? That's the point. This is my version of that, our version of that. Everyone needs to find their own version of originality, and it doesn't have to be this, it doesn't have to be Hollywood. It can be your version. I think that what's so interesting is that I was so excited that I felt slightly nervous to ask the women on the show that have come on the show this week. Same with Danielle, like Boss Babe was a brand that I followed. Barb is someone that's like newer to me, but even that, it's like, I think people just assume that once you reach a certain income level, it becomes really easy just to reach out to people and not at all brace for like, is this person going to respond to me? I had no idea. And I even knew with Danielle and Laurie, I knew them better than Jasmine, and even asking them of like, hey, can you intro me to Jasmine? Like even that is like, you're bracing for a double impact of like, they could say, no, I'm not going to do that. And I think that what's so cool is I wanted to have them on the show from a full circle moment for myself, because I'm like, wow, isn't it cool how you can go from being in a room and watching someone on stage or watching someone on Instagram like, oh my God, look at what they're doing, to being someone that they're like, oh my God, look at what you're doing. And your peers and your friends, and Laurie sharing yesterday about Leanne AI and the conversations that we had. It's just so amazing how it's just such a reflection of how the people that you follow and you're inspired by, like what if there's a world where they can become your clients, your friends, your peers, And if you focus on blazing your own trail and doing your thing, it's incredible that I'm like, how do you even know who I am? When I reached out to Jasmine and she was like, I've heard such amazing things about you. I love what you're doing. I'm like, she knows who I am. But don't you love that? I'm like, I love that newness, that willingness to like feel new in something again. And that's why this is so exciting, because you constantly should be feeling like new, pushing the envelope. So I was just excited to feel there's a reason why people stand the test of time. And you, as a woman in this industry and women with brands like this, like you have to have like a massive amount of fucking heart to be where they are and to have sustained that. And so for me, just being around that, I find it so expansive being around iconic heart-led women. And I knew that they would just add such depth to the show and such wisdom to all of you watching it. Oh, no, she's got the laptop out.
Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. Just hit play.
So wildly grateful for you. There is so much wisdom you have to share. And I just think I'm so grateful that you came and you shared so vulnerably with us around, you know, what it's taken to become Lori Harder and to know that, you know, you're still in the fire with the rest of us and we're still all going to be in the fire together. And I just appreciate you so much coming on the Soft Girl Million show. Like you're just such the epitome of a trailblazer, and it's such an honor to finally be able to meet you in person and to do this with you. So thank you so much.
Well, I'm like literally in awe and inspired by your journey. I really am. Like I tap into you often right now, truly, because you're in just a really beautiful power place. And sometimes it's gonna make me cry. Sometimes when you've forgotten yours, you need to see it.
And you were that for me too. So
well, great.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Oh, there's people here.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy, like watching that back. When she said that, that's so crazy because I feel like I like blacked out in that moment because I'm just watching it back. It's like just remembering what she said to me and watching myself receive that in live time is it's crazy. Like when she said that and she looked at me and she said that, I was just in awe of the fact that, again, it goes back to the, you know, when we originally shared around the billboard, part of the thing that was the hardest was I was like, you know, I'd said didn't even think I was going to make it to 30. Like as a young girl growing up, I did not think I would even make it to 30, let alone become a mum and let alone build a business like this and let alone be able to sit across from a woman that I've watched and admired in the online space that has inspired my journey. Be able to say that like I've given her strength in a moment of like where she's having a tough time too and given her power. And I'm like, how crazy is it? It's like you know, I've always said like depression is such a liar, and it will tell you that like you're not important and that you're like you're no one, and it will tell you that like no one would fucking notice if you weren't here. And I'm like, the amount of people that would notice, it's like those moments, it's like we need more. The one thing I'll say is I wish more people would say things like that to each other, because you have no idea if someone needs to hear you say that to them today. Like if in those moments where I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore, people would have told me what an impact I was making on their life, even in a really small way. Like then it's like the world needs more of us to not wait until somebody is like not here anymore to say all the things that we should have said to them. And I am so grateful. Like when I think about the thing that I think about with depression and the reason why I talk about it more now is I'm like, we need to normalize the conversation that like the human experience is rough sometimes. And it doesn't matter how privileged your life may look from the outside. Everybody is fighting a secret battle that you know nothing about. And it takes zero to pour into them. And if we can all do that a little bit more and make people feel a little bit less invisible in a world where it feels really easy to feel invisible, you never know whose life you might save in having that conversation. And there is a million reasons why I should not be sat here on this couch in Beverly Hills recording a show. It's like being able to receive that. I received that as the version of me now, but I also received that as the girl who didn't think she was important and didn't think she was making any kind of difference. And so I hope that when I think about leaving here, I'm like, I am going to send everyone more voice notes and more words of affirmation. And that's why I always tell everyone on the internet when they come to my stuff, I'm like my love language is hearing how I've made a difference in your life. And that doesn't have to be a money win. That's the least impressive thing about what I do. So that's everything. So cool. Welcome to season 1 of the Soft Girl Million show. We hope you love what we have done and created in Beverly Hills. And stay tuned because season 2 is going to come to a screen near you soon. Okay, so we are getting ready to go and see the Billboard. So we're so excited, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse into the behind the scenes of what it looks like to travel with us, because I know that we make everything look so easy when it comes to traveling and creating all this amazing content, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of stuff. And thankfully my team are the best humans on the planet and help me to organize everything. So we unpack our room. We came with, I'm trying to think how many suitcases we bought, probably 8 to 10 suitcases. But let me give you a glimpse into how we even organize the clothes. So when we're planning for a trip, one of the things that I love to do that's part of my love language is picking the fashion. And I style myself. And the fashion is very predicated on the location. So whenever we pick a location, that for me is what inspires the looks. But when we're packing and creating content, we want to make sure that there's continuity between the scenes and between like the total trip itself, so that as I'm posting content, it feels really cohesive. So in this example, we've organized all of the clothes by color coordination so that we have everything in a place where we can really see what we have by kind of color palette. So my team are amazing and unpacked me and all of these beautiful outfits. And I personally like to have more options because honestly, I don't really know what mood I'm going to be in when I'm here. So the more options, the better. And then we have jewelry. So we've got like all of our jewelry options here. And again, like all the sunglasses, all of the clothes, all of the shoes, like we need all of the options. And day to day, we plan out our looks by pulling them and putting them on a rail so that we can steam and we can plan the outfit. So today we've already picked what we're going to be doing. So we've already freshly steamed. We've picked out all of the outfits that we're going to be wearing and what I'm going to be traveling home in. So much more cozy to travel home tomorrow morning. But right now we're getting ready to go and see the Billboard and we're so excited and I can't wait to take you with us. So we are on our way to see the Billboard, and this feels like a very different experience than the last time we were here, because this time we actually know that it's up, and we're so excited. We've done actually multiple billboards across LA to celebrate the launch of the show, and even though we have brought the British weather with us, and it's raining, and this time we're not in a vintage convertible car, we're in a beautiful black Escalade, this feels like the most perfect way to celebrate the show and just everything that's happened over the last couple of years since the original story of 2024. You know, I think the biggest reminder for all of us is that sometimes you can wait for other people to put you on a magazine cover or put you on a billboard. But remember, the option also exists that you can put yourself on a fucking billboard or put yourself on multiple and celebrate you and celebrate yourself loudly. This feels like such a great opportunity to be able to see myself as the woman that I am now and everything that I have created and become over, you know, the last 38 years, but especially over the last like 5 or 6 years. And I'm just so proud. Come rain or shine, we're going to be able to celebrate this moment together with the team who have been such a great part of my journey. Mela and the girls have been with me from the last time we were here and to this point now. And so I'm so excited and I can't wait to take you with us. Oh, there I am. We can get out in the open. Sorry. We did it! Yay! It's up! We did it! We did it! Yeah. We're here, we did it, we made it. The billboard is up. And even though it's raining, it doesn't even matter because it just feels so good to see the show. And we're so excited to launch the show. And this feels like what was going to be on the billboard all along, right? It's like my show, our show on the billboard in LA. And we're just so grateful, regardless of the weather. It rained on my wedding day. So of course it was going to rain on the billboard day. This is incredible, and I'm so happy. And I can't. Next time on the Soft Girl Million show.
Okay, wow, we're gonna go there? Yes, I am. Make no apologies. I don't love myself, and you want to love all of me, and I keep you up at it. These questions, Leanne, I was like Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer. My God.